Prepare for battle.
Your dares face me now.
Thank you, panel, for the insights. Game 4 ahead of us between Live to Win and Alliance, and we are going to jump straight into action because this is going to be a great fight right to start things off with LSA stun onto 3 and Alliance instantly on the run away from Live to Win with the chase. The disruption to keep the Sven away. Immersion, roll in 10 seconds, won't have it available. Are the right clicks in the hole? LSA stun, first blood for Afterlife, and this game hasn't even actually started, but in our eyes, it has.
30 seconds to
I see production flip to us. I'm like, no, please, no. Go to the game, But yeah, great. Just thanks.
Did somebody say they don't want to see a first blood at the 10-minute mark? Well, the teams have delivered.
Nice. But yeah, I think that was one of those things that over the series, you kind of feel out what your opponent's trying to do. We've seen this before. Those aggressive 4-man moves into that Radiant jungle, and if to win, they happily smoke up to try and contest that. Alliance, they just kind of run into it. So the best thing there is about that Phoenix. What a great Phoenix game it is, and he's getting the first blood. He's going to apply that pressure. So yeah, it's a great start for Live to Win, of course. And
tell me,
the last time that Limp played Marana in a competitive, really gonna have been practicing that recently. So it'll be interesting to see what type of build he goes for, how effective it is, and especially against a core Phoenix, he's gonna have good levels. So that committal for the egg will be also be very interesting.
Yep, I think we're going to be watching Marana for those item builds, what options Limp want to go to, and Lizard said that he's not really a big fan of this mid Marana. I think there's a lot of people who will instantly say that they do not like Marana being played in mid, and it feels too old school to even work. What's your take on mid Marana? Do you like it or do you hate it?
It's very meh, like
it's very
people don't pick it for a reason. Like, it's a good forward position to offset the early aggression, but like, look at his skill build so far. He had to level the leap just to survive that previous engagement. He doesn't have the arrow just to start farming up, and he applies some pressure with the Starfall. But again, like I said, it's going to be a game of learning and to see how well can Marana be in the game. Like, is he going to be able to make those early moves? Can he apply pressure? Because it's quite a greedier mid here. He needs a lot of items to really feel confident in the game.
A lot of fighting already going on between the Marana and the Lina. Both dropped to very low HP as they have Fairy Fires each. LSA stun, no Dragon Slave. There's a Fairy Fire. Limp is fine. He's fine. But now Lina has the advantage because Lina still has hers and just picked up a salve on the Courier. Marana, however, the Courier is still far away and it's bringing a salve. So this time, I think FN is going to have a very efficient
here. Dead as well.
Kill going for Dream. Kills for Live to Win, and the Mars being punished.
Seneca's baiting out scares like, God, I dare you to right click, I dare you.
What I had in mind about this entire draft for Live to Win was, is this the championship winning draft in a sense? Like, there's definitely some strengths, but is there more weaknesses on Alliance's side if we just look on paper? They
have like the punishment factor that they need against Alliance. Like, once again, we're seeing Alliance with a slow burner of a draft. Handskin surviving, but now he's got to walk back to base. It's not going to feel good. But back to your question, it's the idea that they have that pressure that can apply. They have the Sven v Omni matchup. Spectre does really well against Sven in the later portion of the game, but that early pressure that you're going to get from a Spectre, a Lina, Earth Spirit, these heroes will just dominate the early fights. Sven will find his farm. Can Alliance, though, dodge these fights? We've seen them expertly get through a game against a Sven before with SD, Omni, and Mars. But this time it's a lot different. You have a Spectre. It takes a lot longer to come online, not as like the troll that they had. And you also have this kind of X Factor Marana. Is he going to have a great game? Is he just going to be a creep? Like, we don't know.
Dire's middle tower.
Dells is going to be a tight one here. Finally get the SD back into this bottom lane, and there's the Disruption Spear. There we go, connecting the stuns. Harass on the AA, but a lot of damage to be able to actually Huntskin. There's 2 couriers right here, but he can't get either one. Same time as they use their entire combos, 2 couriers walking into that bottom lane, so no picking off couriers today. Limp being forced out. Pops a salve. 14 CS, Lina only 18. Not any huge difference between these two mid laners at the moment. CS and trading capability. Lina still building a bottle, and Mirana's also, well, a few hundred gold behind. No drastic measures in a sense. But now the 4-minute action rune, not 14. DD rune and Limp. When's the last time he actually won a rune in early games? So he's happy to take this one. It's a DD as well. That's nice.
Yeah, now Limp should be able to just, own the lane. Get every deny, get every CS. The FN might even have to look towards stacking the camp in the jungle or just trying to get any CS with the Dragon Slave. But yeah, this is not going to feel too good. That 4-minute rune really helping out Limp.
SD takes the shortcut around the other side of the tree, gets himself a kill, maybe an S4 as well. Cold Feet looks like it's gonna connect here, and Sven is actually falling down the pit. Hello.
Wow, didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know that either. Now you know. You always learn something new. I think that's the best thing about Dota. Is every day you wake up, you learn something new.
I wish you just stayed there though, to be honest. It's like punishment for getting put in the pit.
It's like you're not clipped, but you're pitted.
Yeah, sure, why not?
S4 going down anyway. Immersion with a rotation, getting some of that needed XP as an Earth Spirit support, and he actually gets to contest one of the bounty runes for himself. The 2-4-2. Saneko's taken down by Hansken with all those shadow poisons. Dream looking for the kill, but with that roll not connecting, Hansken will live to see another day. Does he have enough mana to maybe kill Dream now?
The kick.
Kick though.
Oh my gosh.
Drops into 20 HP. Is he gonna walk back home? No TP. Drops the ward. All right, back home. This is the second time Hansken has to walk all the way back to base.
But at least for Live to win there, they should know that this ward's been placed. They already had a ward on the cliff, so at least they should be able to get that D ward straight away. So they can then, he dies, he TPs to mid, helps refill the bottle for FN, buys the boots for, Seneko, the boots, mate. You want to give them to FN? FN?
Yeah.
Seneko?
Like, hey.
There we go.
Yeah. Forgot something? No. Yeah.
Wait. FN!
Oh, the tension. He's running away.
Take the boots! There we go. Oh, you guys didn't see it, but Seneko, he was chasing poor old FN for a long time.
What does Immersion do? What does Limp do, most importantly? 1 versus 3.
Not leap into 3, that's for sure.
Not leaping into 3, indeed. That would have been a sad moment. Like, I really want that rune. Like, I've been deprived of action runes for almost an entire game. Let's do it. 4-1, Live to win in 6 minutes.
I guess the important thing to note is the pressure that the Phoenix pick applies is not directly into the game. It's sorry, not into the lane, sorry. It's about the game and how the value of egg. Like against an Omni Knight, your spirits are purged, that heal, it really offsets the type of aggression that an off-lane Phoenix would have. And that's why we are seeing Nika Baby, dominating this top lane in terms of CS.
37-5, Lina 42-9. So both mid laners very active on CS. However, we don't really talk that much about mid Mirana. So what is Limp's game plan basically for the rotate? Does he punish the tower? Is he active in killing? Is he more a farmer type hero with this Mirana?
I'd prefer him just to farm. Like, look at the heroes he's playing with, Omni, SD, like Spectre. None of these heroes are going to suddenly be like, yo, let's go take a fight. So I think if Limp just plays his own game, farms up, maximizes his own game, and then sure, he could rotate into like an SD disruption into Arrow on a Sven but like the key thing is he farms up until the point where that pickoff is presented for him. Like he should never actively look, because if he dies once or twice and suddenly you're this Mirana, you don't have the items, and it's all about
it's like you're a pause for Mirana suddenly looking for arrows.
Yes.
I was thinking about the disruption setup and the spear, that you could get some connections and maybe find some kills through that since you have the XP advantage. But it's true, Mirana's right click is, well, pretty non-existent. Your damage source is Starstorm, and that's also good for farming. So why not? Hansken.
Oh, nearly.
Thought about it, but too deep.
Yeah.
Lost vision.
FN models back to...
Base. And in terms of net worth, Sven leading, Spectre right behind with a 50 gold difference. Yeah, it's a repeat from last game. Game 3 also all cores were 50-50 tied basically, so getting another one of those. This one just has a bit more kills. disruption from Hanskin. Arrow does come through, but Phoenix, 1100 HP. Talked about the damage on Mirana. Nothing you can do. Just throw the arrow and get the heck out of there.
Yeah, now this is where Old Age is going to feel a little bit awkward on the map. He TP'd bottom. He got scouted out by a dire ward. He then runs to mid. Like, he's just playing like the active core that we see a lot. Oh, double neutral item drop for him. Very cool.
And an Iron Talent for Sven.
This pressure on the map is, man. The idea of what Little has in their draft.
All right.
Sven's dead. Oh,
Sven is so dead, and they're just.
Oh wait, hold up.
Hold up. So baby coming in. Dream gets the stun out. Soul Catcher. It's gonna return 80 HP for the Sven. He's being chased up.
He's not dead. They fluffed it.
Stack from Hanskin. Can he get it? The high five from Dream, and Nico Baby finally connects, and Limp comes in with a snipe.
The Marauder.
But most importantly, the high five from Dream, and Nico Baby is out. Hanskin rolling out, doesn't get the chance to TP home as Immersion goes for the cancel. Afterlife is right next to him as well. Immersion gets the kill, and FN is there to back him up as well. So it's a 1 for 2 in the end.
What started as a free Sven pickoff, then suddenly become Mirana having to come in, hits the area, gets the kill, SD and Mars dying. So yeah, honestly, I think Live to Win, they're kind of chuckling to themselves, like, sure, okay. And the Sven, he has an Iron Talon. Compare that to what Spectre has. He does have the Royal Jelly, so you kind of not going to help. Yeah, and Blade Mail, so at least Spectre has some type of neutral item to help with his farm, because of course Sven with an Iron Talon, that is
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
FN building into Yules for the stun setup from Lina, also saving Grace almost even, since there's disruption that can be very nasty.
Also helps against the status resistance from the Heavenly Grace. The idea is Yules isn't affected by it, so of course it's very good, but it's a classic Lina item, nothing too surprising.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Speed, mono regen, a save and a setup, all that Lina really likes to have in this game. Other big items coming out of? I think we have about AA Blast actually coming through. If you don't commit, it is. So Limp is being the target for it. The stun. Oh, okay. Doesn't quite catch the AA Blast, but the roll comes in from Immersion nevertheless. And Limp is just leaping himself back onto the safety of his tier 1 tower. So a bit of a stuns here and there. Immersion smokes up instantly, but did they spot that one? There's a bit of pinging going on. I feel like Alliance no. And there's Hanskin with these big stacks in the Dire jungle. Look at all those mobs right there.
That's a
lot of dosh.
Yep. And that's what Alliance have done really well across the series, is just kind of keeping up with those with the stack in the camps, allowing Nico Baby that fallback plan. But this time Nico Baby has had a free lane, and he's now had the stack. It's going to be even insane value for him.
He's heading there right now, and the last time Nico Baby got to farm those big stacks, he got to first place in net worth. He's already leading net worth, and this is going to push him up really.
I don't think we've actually seen Live to Win really stack much up. We saw a triple stack in the hard camp, but it's not to the same effect as what Alliance is doing right now. Though for sure there is going to be a carry disparity in utilizing the jungle.
And also maybe slightly different gameplay styles as well on both sides, since yeah, I think the stacking is a huge thing that comes into picture. Dream is doing the stacking himself at this man. Well, there's a fight breaking loose in the river. Afterlife and Immersion taking the bulk of the damage. A Laguna blade into the face of the Omni Knight, and egg will be bumped as well. The horn comes up from Nico Baby. Can they put it? No, they can't focus this egg at all. And the egg kills off Hanskin, but they've already lost their mid Lina. They need to find some redemption for her. And FNG double kill for Afterlife, but they still I feel like they still need more.
Nico Baby?
On S4 fighting Immersion. Nico Baby getting burnt up by those 3 points in Sunray, and it's a close one, but he is back home and he is safe.
Yeah, very close.
So 2 for 2 for Alliance as they get the Lina, and they get the Earth Spirit in the end.
I'd love to see Live to Win actually try and make some of these plays, scouting out the stacks. Like, they haven't really done this across the entire series. They've never shown the respect of maybe there is this this big stack being formed, and especially when you have a Sven on your team, you can just make that aggressive play in. You have Egg, you have Lina, Earth Spirit. These heroes, they want to take an early fight, and the fact that they haven't done this contest it just bodes well for Alliance. And the idea in this engagement here is, if Sven doesn't have roll, if Phoenix doesn't have egg, suddenly Live to Win need to farm. And Alliance, their lineup, they want to farm. They need 20 or so minutes of farming to make Nico Baby feel happy, to give Mars his initiation tool, and then they're going to look for the fight. So right now Lift2Win are kind of playing into the hand of Alliance, going for these cheap engagements, but cheap engagements that don't lead to an instant tower or something. Like, what is it? I think all towers are alive right now at 13 minutes.
Radiant's
no,
middle
take the back. One's got sniped. Oh well.
Literally
it
1 second
happens,
after.
you know, sometimes Dream just wants to poop on your day, and that's happened, okay?
Yeah, he does. Well, he does. That's what he definitely does. I think Dream has been playing, like, overall, if we think about the entire series as a whole, instead of just thinking about this specific game that is only barely just started. I think Dream's done an okay, overall good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say okay is kind of it. A couple pickoffs that kind of put a question mark here and there, but, you know, he's done well, the lad. You know, he's PMA. He's kept up the attitude.
He has. Let's see if that Nico Baby high five has something to do to change the course
in his head
of Lift2Win scary players. So yeah,
he's like, oh my god, I just like high five Nico Baby. Guys, this is the Nico Baby. Dream's like his hands shaking. He's like, it's fine though. His hands are shaking as he presses ultimate, takes the top tier 1 tower for free.
Yeah, smack that tower down, and doesn't get the last hit, but it's a tower kill.
His hands are shaking, what can we say?
His hands are shaking. Limp and FNG and Hansken are coming in. 3 heroes towards top. Alone Sven just manages to TP out. So Limp is a bit late for the party, but they're TPing bottom for S4. So as soon as they realize that, MLS will come through. So there's the dust coming in from Immersion, the Ice Blast. Well, so S4. Okay, was that really necessary? And he's already low HP with Ice Blast debuff, and you throw the Laguna Blade in the face. Pod comes through though, and where is Spectre going? Taking down a Sven.
A little bit kind of optimistic from Dream there. He sees the SD in Invis on the bounty rune. He stuns him, takes the rune, and then tries to commit for the kill. Disruption arrow, instant death. So. Unfortunate for Dream, but great rotation from Alliance. Yeah.
A good trade-off as well. They gave away the Mars. They get the Sven kill, the biggest pick-off they could possibly find. And for Alliance, they're TPing bottom. FN gets the save with the duels, but the Ice Blast is a complete mess from Sumiko. Can't really do much to save this Lina anyway. And that will be the end of FN.
Yeah, completely different feeling coming out from Lift2Win, where they're not as ruthless as they were. Like, you see Lina pressuring bot by himself, Dream going aggressive by the Ancients by himself. Like Earththreat, Phoenix, and AA, they're kind of torn between their course. Like, right, guys, what move are we making? Are we farming right now? Are we pressuring? Like, there isn't that kind of unity that we're seeing. And Alliance, they're really capitalizing on this. The Spectre Horn gets a quick kill, gets back out to farming. Mars is always in the correct position, punish that aggression, arena, and then back out, you know. So the Alliance are doing very well to deal with the cheap fight that Lift2Win have in their draft, just by utilizing their big defensive spells.
Yeah. Roll in from Immersion. Will be a quick kill onto Hansken's Shadow Demon. Afterlife gets the kill. I love how AA is holding on to that Ice Blast for as long as possible so that he could maybe get the kill. 5-0-2. It's Phoenix.
Is under attack.
Great start. And yeah, like you talked about Alliance, I feel like their mental fortitude hasn't changed a single bit since the first game of the day. Maybe getting initiated on. Laguna Blade comes out. The egg will be popped as well. And S4, you will step into the air. This is a chance to get the Mars kill happening here. As FNG, Guardian Angel will come out. Mars has taken a decent amount of damage. The arrow comes in as well. It will connect onto Immersion, and S4 is getting burnt up at Sunray. As meanwhile, Immersion falling down low on HP, and Limp will get a trade to happen. 1-1. A lot of ultis being bursted, and MLS just comes off cooldown. Does Alliance want to do something?
No, they should be happy because Spectre doesn't have Haunt again. And if you look at Mirana's itemization, he did go for the right-clicking build, the Dragon Lance into instant BKB. So the idea of Alliance's teamfight will be, once we enter the fight with our arena, if the Phoenix goes for egg, Limp can BKB, leap in, instantly kill that factor off. And then you have Spectre with his Blade Mail Manta coming into play. So for Lift2Win, they should probably identify the fact that they have to try and make a team play very shortly, especially when Dream gets BKB. This is when they need to try and break down the defensive nature of Alliance and force them to start using some of their spells quickly, and then that allows you maybe even Roshan.
14 or 1300 gold short. The recipe is already bought on the courier. He's not taking it off the courier yet. It's still hidden because that Ogre Axe might be an indicator for Aghanims. So he doesn't want to reveal that recipe. Yeah, I mean, because he has been building Ags before BKB a couple times now. So. However, S4 S4 instantly silenced up as he gets the arena up. And Bullpens on a go to the wall on immersion. Looking for the roll. Nice dodge by S4. The dust comes out. The detection has been applied on Alliance, but he's still very alone. Still tanking hits from Limp. And here comes Hansken as well. Spectre has a haunt available. The chance for Alliance to take a full-on fledged fight is still there. The kick comes out onto FNG. They're looking for the Dragon Slayer. Gets the kill, and here comes S4 with the aggressive play. And a haunt comes out as well from Nico Baby. And the disruption is doing a lot of work, and the egg will come out. And they've lost 3 heroes. They're going to lose a 4th one here, as that egg will never go off. And Sven instantly disengaging from this Alliance. Take down 4.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know what to say about that, mate. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, well, a bit speechless. Because Live to Win, they're looking for these fights when they don't have the damage right away. Like, they're about to hit a really big timing. If you look at the Lina, where's that BKB? 300, 400 gold away. You look at the Sven, 500 gold away. So they're actively looking to take a fight into Omni Knight, into Mars, into these really annoying heroes when they are like 400 gold away from BKB on 2 cores. Like, if they just disengage, wait, and then take the fight after, they're suddenly gonna brush off this Spectre Horn. They ignore this Mirana damage, this Mars team fight. Like, they're suddenly gonna be so confident. But they give Alliance this free window to get 4 kills and then go back to farming. And suddenly the Spectre, he's got Mansion, he's got Blade Mail, and already 1200 gold to Skadi. Like, yeah, a weird kind of attempt of a fight from Live to Win, and it did leave me a little bit confused, I won't lie.
Bounty.
Alliance Spectre also not going for the Radiance this game. Instead, Skadi has been changed to a Basher.
Ooh.
Basher is the right option to go for. Blade Mail, Manta into Basher. What's your take? The order of items.
The idea is they want to go for a fight. They're realizing that, you know, around the 23-24 minute mark, it could be the big fight. That's why he goes for a cheaper item, especially.
Sven hacking slowly on this Roche, but Alliance have no idea this is happening. They have no vision. They have absolutely no wards on the map right now. They can't see anything.
They are aware of this Roshan falling.
They are aware now.
But they can't accept it.
0 wards on the map right now.
It's awkward for sure, but Alliance will happily give this up because they need the Basher on the Spectre to be able to fight into the BKBs. They are very much aware that Sven and Lina have their BKBs, so Live to Win are just riding them. But when God's Strength is back up, Live to Win will be so...
They want to fight before.
Yeah, they're going to look for a pick-off maybe on Live to Win.
S4 hiding in the trees.
Oh
MLS
no, the line's been
FNG
drawn.
in the trees. Hansken is also in the trees. And SD's courier reveals him.
Oh.
The roll comes out short though, so the run. The kick right on the money, and there's the dust. And now they spot the SD. It took a while. It took a while, but
look at the Sven though. He's getting... Oh, the arrow.
BKB, not just the arrow. Much damage though. IA blast comes through. Mirana's out. They force the 10-second BKB off the Sven.
A bit anticlimactic. I really wanted to see Dream die there, I won't lie. I really wanted to see the Mirana have some impact, but...
That bait
I joke. Yeah, so pretty good from Live to Win overall. The idea of pressuring, I think the key thing is when you get that Aegis, it's that, maybe I don't need to join my team, and he had to use that BKB. That was his 10-second. They are going to delay that window again. I think that's the best thing here from this. S4 was able to identify Dream was by himself, force out the 10-second BKB. It gives another minute that the Aegis has no value, because Sven, when he uses it, he has to go back to farming. But yeah, overall, Alliance will be very happy with this, and Live to Win, they don't mind getting the free pick-off, but they'll be kicking themselves that they weren't able to get the Sven into the fight and then push into that tier 1 into the bot lane.
Yep. Has been spotted. S4 quick blink in with the spear. Ancient apparition of that ball. Live to Win. I feel like they want to fight this because the A blast connects onto 2. Omni Knight, a prime target saved by Hansken for now. Haunt comes out as well, and Afterlife is just dying at the hands of Nico Baby. He goes for the egg onto the high ground, and Alliance are surrounding the egg and taking out Afterlife's life. So he is out. 3 heroes gone from Live to Win. Dream. S4 is just gonna dodge your stun. What you gonna do? Aegis has been popped. That's your God Strength down as well, and Sven is completely disarmed.
Nice arrow.
All he can do is throw a stun, but this Sven should die by the looks of it. Arrow backwards, Laguna Blade still thrown out as well. Sven is dead. Disruption onto the Lina. Looking for the full team wipe here with right-click damage, but the BKB prevents S4 from really doing anything else with chicks except for just body blocking. So, 4 heroes down from the win, plus the Aegis. They're going to go for tier 3 because they feel that they are optimal. Their timing is here. Yeah, no God strength for another 70 seconds, even if Sven's up.
And this was all a product of that first jump onto the Sven where he had to use BKB. It gave them a small window to go aggressive because Sven wanted to be defensive, waiting for BKB to come back up. They get that perfect jump, they force out the fight, and then there's that disconnect with Live to Win's lineup. You have the Sven going on one target, the egg elsewhere, Earth Spirit's automatically dead at the start of the fight, so the control from Live to Win, that egg protection, is completely gone. We see the usefulness of Mirana in the draft where he just leaps in, kills the egg very quickly. Yeah, Live to Win just getting kited.
Well, the mid lane, Limp is going to meet up as a haste rune picked up on this Mirana. Chance to go on Afterlife. Preserve and observe for now. Got Hanskin also going for a Blink Dagger. Not sure if T, you still there? Yes, you are. Thank God. Good. That's good, but I love that you're still here.
Yeah, don't worry. Just a momentary blip.
All good, all good. Mirana's Daedalus is soon going to be ready. Demon Edge, Daedalus. Is this the damage item Mirana was looking for to start really killing people?
Yeah, at this point, she could buy pretty much any of the key damage items and feel pretty happy. She'd go for MKB, she'd go for Daedalus, like, yeah. As soon as you have the BKB on the Mirana, that's where, like, her whole game plan is just simplified, right? Like, all she has to do is BKB, find the egg, and that's it. That's her job in the entire draft. And then suddenly, the Mars is better and everything else comes into play. So Limp's now kind of in the period of the game where he can start having fun with whatever items he wants.
Bottom. Hanskin quickly picked off by Alliance. Oh, sorry, by Alliance, Hanskin. Oh my God. Lift away, getting the pick off on SD, obviously. And one hero down, but that's... I was also wondering, what is SD doing that deep, to be completely honest? Why is he there?
You know, perusing the Radiant side, preparing for the next engagement. Like, you know, when you go to war and you have to send that one guy to see what hills the better hill to stand on. Because
that's what really caught me off guard. Like, if this was a Radiant SD, I would understand him being picked off this deep, but he's all alone and he's a dire support. So I was like, what? Wait, what? Arcane Rune.
Tower is under attack.
Immersion. 2.8 second cooldown on Rolling Boulder. No, he doesn't. Misses. There we go. Gets rid of the sentry and the BKB popped by Limp. Soneko's dead before anything goes off of this ancient apparition. The arrow on immersion. And here comes S4. Spear to the wall. And 2. Both supports down. Limp with the double kill. Mirana 705.
And now Alliance, they might be looking towards Roshan and or to pressure the Sven. Sven should just TP out. There we go.
Oh, wait, yeah, Nico, baby, Abyssal Blade stun! And Sven's ain't going anywhere. He ain't going anywhere. Dream's getting tipped as well by Alliance. Trying to make a run for it, but walks into the hands of S4. He's also soul caught and inside the disruption. And that's the end of him. Nico, baby, gets the kill on this one.
That's a great
also unkilled.
That's like great. Like that's a tip, which is like not only are we tipping you because we killed you, but we revealed our Abyssal and it had maximum value. So yeah, I rate that as a top 3 tip of the series so far.
Alpha move. Lina going for Lincolns. Is this to prevent the disruption from going off? There's not that many target abilities on Alliance now that you think about it.
The idea is
or Abyssal. Last BKB popped by S4. Frontlining straight towards Soneko, and he actually sees the spear go off, and there we go. Oh, so close to catching that arrow. And meanwhile, Immersion on inside. Disruption. Here comes Afterlife. Egg's been popped up there very slow. Limp BKB popped, and he will just single-handedly destroy this egg. And Live to win. I've lost 3. Nico baby will take down the 4th as he focuses onto FN. It's Limp who gets the kill in the end. 4 heroes gone with only the Ancient Apparition alive. Alliance they take these lanes of racks, well, at least one, they can get it. Still tier 2's up at least in mid and in top, so they can still go for megas, and it's only 28 minutes in. Might just suffice with tower kills and backing away because those respawn timers. Oh, there's up again.
Yeah, and now that we've actually been able to see around about half an hour of the game, it's really enjoyable to see the effectiveness of this Mirana in the game. Of course, it's kind of easy to say because it is a core Mirana against a core Phoenix, and you literally 100-0 this egg by yourself. So it is one of those rare games where we get to see a Mirana who will always have impact, unless Limp is like really out of position and he would take away this big factor. This is an amazing Phoenix game up to the point where this Mirana's pick.
Yeah.
They need a halberd. Okay, cool. They needed a halberd. I'll just say this Phoenix, if you look at the quick buy, this might be the saving grace for him. If Limp leaks in, get the halberd off, then you egg, you probably should be able to survive and maybe can turn it back around.
Yeah. So that is so much money that he still requires, and it's kind of like you need to have it now. Like this is the timing to actually have it, to have a big impact on team fights. If you don't have it, this egg will get destroyed every single time. Are scouting out the Alliance side of the jungle. Nobody there. Roshan showing 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's already closed up by a quarter, so that's, I could almost say, a full 3-minute Roshan, pretty much.
Finally, a long spawn, am I right? Only 8 seconds. Ugh.
And Alliance don't get to abuse the fact that Roche would have been up because they could have potentially just gone in. You can see the couriers in the Roche pit, classic move.
Is under attack.
It's only one though. If you were mud golems, it'd be about 3.
3, yeah. Just to be sure.
The wraparound smoke though from Live to Win. Ooh. Now these are the type of plays that can really get you back into the game. They have to quickly dip their head in. They now hold the high ground. They have the vision. No, they don't. Alliance has the vision here.
Yep, and a quick blink out. Hansken will completely dismantle this attempt from Live to Win. S4 with a beautiful ulti. There comes Nico Baby as well to join the fray. The Phoenix egg is on the high ground, and here comes Live to try and destroy the egg, and the egg will be destroyed before it goes off. And Live to Win, their last moments are at hand. There we go, the demonic version onto the Sven. He's being kited up, and he has nothing left to give, and he's down. Nico Baby will die as well to FN, but can this Lina do anything all by herself? S4 is on him, and Hansken gets the kill with all those Shadow Poison stacks on top as well. Hansken, the MVP here, right position for the SD to be in, dismantles that smoke from behind. Alliance looking to stretch out to game 5.
So these smoke skills usually Live to Win. They went for the big play. They tried to get that wraparound. They tried to get that connection, but you can see how easy it is for Alliance to cut out this Sven. I think it was mentioned, oh wow, they're picking Omni into Sven, but think about that kite, right? If you hold to the Sven stun, suddenly there's value. The disruption, there's value. The arena, like, there's so many great ways to kite them out.
Another brilliant jump on S4.
Really good. Yeah, S4 has played really well this game. Always being in the face of his team. Scaled really well and has found the perfect initiations. That was a buyback on FN. Now, you know, a dieback.
100 seconds.
100 seconds out of the game.
Are under attack.
It's a long time without your mids. Participate as well. Defense, Saneko, Demonic Purge into Arrow, and that ulti will pop as well, so that's going to be a kill. Limp will pick it off. Hansken, out of mana, they get the chance to roll in. Here comes Sven as well. They will get one support kill, but it's really to no avail for Liv to win. Can't catch Limp. MLS, back to safety. He's got the rest of his team around. Immersion is here. FNG wants to come to help out Mirana, but there's no real threat here.
Yeah, Limp has BKB TP if required, but Saneko now hits a pause. Hopefully we see some reasoning, because I always do love... No, just a pause. All right, just casual.
Casual pause. Roche has just spawned as well. See Omni's courier is also flying that way. There's a force staff on Omni's courier too, so even more difficulties for Liv to win ahead. And, what do you feel like their chances of actually winning are probably sitting somewhere around 1 or 1.5% or even less. Liv to win. Not looking too good for them.
Was that a direct quote from Dota Plus, or was that your opinion?
It's just my opinion right now, because Alliance has really held on a firm grip in this game. We saw the net worth being very tight in the early game, but ever since, I just feel like I've seen one team on the field in this map. So you talked about handshaking on Live to Win. Does seem to feel like it a little bit.
Oh, like I've said already, it's the idea that Live to Win, their lineup was this beautiful amount of skirmishing damage, the fact they wanted to go make these early plays, but they weren't ever able to make them. They got baited into these early fights that never led them to take towers. All the tier 2s are up for Alliance. Like, Live to Win never had this aggressive hold. The stacking from Alliance, Spectre always farming up behind that aggression, S4 always parking himself in front. It allowed for them just to utilize the map a lot better. And then you get to the point of this like mid-game portion where the Sven, he's just getting incredibly kited. The SD Purge, the GA after the Dispel stun comes into play. You have Arena, and then the disruption as well. There's so many ways, like this triple threat on Alliance, the SD, Omni, and the Mars, as long as they all use their spells at different times, this Sven doesn't get to play dirt in the fight. So it is a very interesting kind of triple setup to deal with what is arguably one of the best carries in the game right now. And it also helps that Spectre v Sven matchup. Spectre
comes out.
Yep.
And Nico Baby taking the aggression here, straight onto Dream, following him up as well, in between Afterlife and Immersion. Abyssal Blade onto the face of the Sven. The Arena. And there comes S4, the absolute monster S4 Mars, comes into the back line to prevent the escape. At least the egg seems to go.
Finally got off.
Afterlife.
Finally.
And he wanted to use the Icarus dive, but Limp's already thrown in an arrow, so he had to tank a couple extra hits. But the egg went off for pretty much the first time and since forever.
Well, Limp wasn't there, right? That's how amazing Phoenix is in this game. But there's a Marauder. As simple as that.
Yeah. FN is back up. No Haunt, no MLS, no Arena. Have to fight against an Aegis, have to fight against a Cheese.
But no BKB on Sven. They have to fight this for sure. So difficult.
Glyph has been used. There's not going to be another glyph for this base defense. How do Live to Win approach this one? Alliance firmly spreading themselves out. FNG is in a prime position for the Guardian Angel. If Sven goes full ham, that GA, that's 6.5 seconds of no damage pretty much. Lina does have that Laguna Blade, and Phoenix also has a lot of magical damage to throw in, but they really need the most out of this. Sven, the main source of damage. Nico Baby blinking in. There we go with the Abyssal Plate. The stun on the Ancient Apparition almost takes down Soneko. Immersion still in the front line, able to roll out from the Arena. Nico Baby, 1300 HP, still has a BK. Oh, the Aegis and the BKBs will be popped as FN versus F4. And Limp also with a BKB. And Nico Baby just can't find these kills. Guardian Angel is still available. FNG is holding onto it like a kid holding onto a toy. Doesn't want to give it away. Doesn't want to use it in a panic situation. That firm grip of Alliance. 15k ahead, bottom racks. Well, they've already been taken. It's only down to this mid lane, and God Strength is being... I mean, look at Alliance. They're just waiting out this God Strength, pretty much. It's only a few more seconds, and it's going to be completely out. They have to make the move now. And the Guardian Angel comes through, but Dream's able to find the kill. He's going to get stunned up as well. And LSA comes through as well. Nico Baby dropping very low on HP. He does seem to get that Aegis off in time. He has a cheese as well. So round 2 for Spectre. Gets stunned up. Live to Win still fighting for their lives. Looking for Nico Baby with a Blade Mail. They're almost killing themselves. And Spectre's down. S4 also on the high ground. Arrow comes through, connecting onto Sven. Limp is desperate for this, but the haunt buyback from Spectre. Sven's going down. Sven is dead, and he has a buyback, but his teammates are too far away from the base. He's not using it yet. Alliance, well, Nico Baby bought back for this. Sven hasn't bought back yet, so a small glimmer of hope here for Live to Win.
Yeah, Live to Win having pretty much the best opportunity to take a fight there, where Alliance going into high ground, unless they've killed off a couple heroes, they don't really have that high ground siege. And then Spectre, he gets initially kind of picked off, Aegis kind of wasted, then the egg, we see the value of that once again. So, that is a very good hold from Live to Win, but I think at the end of the day, Alliance is still going to be happy. The question is, maybe there's a way back where Live to Win, they can find the Spectre. If they kill him without buyback, suddenly Roshan will spawn to 4 or 5 minutes time. Live to Win could easily back in this game, but it's on the back of Nico Baby having to die here without buyback available.
BKB, the Abyssal Blade used on Immersion. Nico Baby trying to get out of the high ground. Has that cheese still remaining? Sven's buyback. Ancient Apparition's buyback. Live to Win, your last chance. Arrows going all the way. And then the jump. The Spectre's about to die, but he's surviving. The disruption doesn't get the cheese. He does, but he's getting control. Another jump from Sven. He's getting stunned up, but he gets the kill on Nico Baby. And that's a dieback on the Spectre, but Sven is also dying back right here, right now. And Limp's Marana is making all the difference here between these two. He hasn't been killed a single time this game. 14-0-11. Keeps on rolling. Keeps on balling. This mid Marana. We thought it was forgotten. We thought it was ancient and horrible. But in the end, Limp is really proving to all the doubters survivors that his Mirana is here to come and stay. Since complexity to Alliance, he's going to keep that track record. But now with that disruption save, S4 really aggressive. 3-man arena. The egg comes out. Saneko's falling low. Galina's also falling low. S4 does seem to be going down and is dead. The egg goes up as well. Limp is in trouble. BKB will be popped though, and he's trying to get out, but FN is just dishing out some crazy, but the GA save from FNG, and FN is forced out as well. Another dive from Afterlife from Limp is falling down, and Limp is falling. Another save from Hanskin trying to keep him alive as Emergence right next to him, and Limp has been felled for the first time as Live to Win force Alliance outside of their base. Hanskin and FNG, the lone survivors, walking out from Live to Win's base. But FNG is not getting out, not at all.
Why'd you have to do Live like that, man? Like, he was playing so well. He was the silent assassin, the unspoken carry of the game. And then you praise him.
Indeed.
You praise him once.
The karma.
He dies. Like
the karma. Why? Why Limp? Why did I do it? Why did Limp do it? We don't know. But still, that's a lot of money. How much was that actually? For killing Limp Immersion, 881 gold for that godlike spree coming to an end. But for the storyline of the game, right, where is it gonna go? All right, this big fight, Live to Win, they get 4 kills or 5 kills, whatever. They do amazingly. The question is, does it actually help them get back into the game? For Alliance, that was a fight with Spectre without the buyback. He then dies, and Alliance was still able to turn that around because of this Mirana. And you have to ask yourself the question, if Spectre and Mirana are now both alive in the next fight, do we think they have it, what it takes on Live to Win to get through that? Can the egg survive? And the question will be simply Roshan. This will be the game deciding Roshan once again. You know, another game, where if Live to Win are able to push out their wave, somehow get to contest this Roshan, then for sure they're easily back in it. But if Alliance get this Aegis for free, then it's so easy for them to run back down the lane. So Live to Win, they have to put a massive focus on getting these waves pushed out and positioning themselves so that they can look towards this Roshan. 2 buybacks are up. One for Phoenix, one for Mirana. Live to Win, they've slowly been crawling back that that was like 15,000 gold, now down to 9k, so a small glimmer of hope still alive. But Alliance smoking up as 5, aggressively coming straight through the map towards Live to Win's base and Immersion. Target to be found first. He has a gem pickup as well, so they will see this MLS, but it's also running out at the same time. Nico baby. Limp also on the hunt. They see Dream. Here comes Hanskin, both for the disruption. And maybe force the BKB. Yes, he will. The BKB will come out. Immersion with a roll into the backline. He's all alone. And there's the Ice Blast coming in. The egg comes out. Beautiful wombo combo! Oh my goodness, the damage, but is it enough? They take it 4 from Alliance, and Nico baby going down as well. Dream, he's still holding his ground, but Dream is falling. The dispersion is almost killing off the Sven, and into the air is Nico baby. LSA, the Guna Blade. What the fuck? Absolutely beautiful from Live to Win. The wombo combo of Dreams hits as the 40-minute mark comes into play.
Oh, Christ. The start of that fight, it was all... For me, it's the initiation. The SD disrupting the Sven. They looked to layer the arrow on top. They didn't get the arrow, and it allowed the Sven to instantly get his BKB off, retreat, and then suddenly saw the impact of that Phoenix, the Shiva, the egg, the AA blast on top of that. But if they maybe started with the Abyssal Blade on Spectre, it could have easily been a completely different story. Abyssal, arrow, Sven's dead, take the fight. Alliance could have won right there, but no. Because of the disruption, because of that delayed initiation, that failed arrow, it then suddenly allowed Live to Win to have the most beautiful team fight that we have seen in this series so far.
How much pushing power do they have? They're already pinging tier 4s, thinking about it, and they might just go for it. They do. The TD Lina, they're going for the tier 4s. This is a chance for Live to Win. The glyph comes out though, and there are some buybacks from Alliance, and they're still holding on to them as Phoenix is the only one who uses his, and realizing this is the all-in push onto the tier 4 tower. They're going to take down one, and they might go for the second one. Hanskin will keep Immersion in place and looking for the kill on the Earth Spirit. X4 prevents Saneko from escaping, and both supports from Live to Win falling low and almost dying. 1 down, 2 down, and the rest of the cores, they're TPing back home. They're in trouble with their own base with these catapults pushing in. Live to Win, they give away some heroes. They force Limp's buyback, but they can only get a tier 3 and a tier 4.
That was so anticlimactic, actually. Like, Live to Win just made the most amazing team fight, and then Earthspirit and AA. Like, Earthspirit tries to build this kind of wall in front of his cores who are hitting the towers. He instantly dies. Seneko dies again, but they don't have buybacks. So what became a great moment for Liv to win, having that beautiful team fight, they just plowed their faces into exactly. They just plowed their faces into tier 4s. What is the end of this game?
Radiant's middle barracks.
Roshan is also up, but I don't think anybody cares about that right now because Alliance are pushing in as 5. 60 seconds for AA. They know he's on a cooldown. Earth Spirit, same thing. 2.5 minutes cooldown. S4 sieging up in front. Managed to take down the range racks. This is going to be mega creeps now.
Radiant's middle barracks.
Mega creeps inside of Live to Win's base.
Neither team has the repair kit, so Live to Win right now, they're really wishing they had some type of defensive mechanism here, but they're going to have to rely on the most perfect egg initiation with Lina and Sven being able to cover it.
This is so difficult.
Has fallen.
Tier 4 towers down. The glyph has been expended. FN, gotta be careful. S4 looking for it, but the BKB comes out from Lina nevertheless, and Afterlife, he's got the egg down. S4 going for it, Limp is going for it as well, and they're gonna get evaporate that Phoenix egg right away, and the stun connecting onto Sven. Sven's down, and Lina's falling as well in Alliance. They have stretched it to game 5. Live to Win have to tap out. What a game, what a finish to this. Such a back and forth ending, but Alliance score the W in game 4.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry.